up, YouTubers? Wasspray back again, and it's time for a DVD review. Now, please remember when we do these DVD reviews, we rate the DVDs on a scale of 1 skull for completely unwatchable to 10 skulls, which is perfection, which I don't think is able to be reached. So, and 5 being average. Now, when I say average, I do not mean bad at all. It just means a movie that you might buy, but is not great. So that's the rating scale, and here we go. Today we're gonna review 20 Million Miles to Earth. This is out of my Ray Harryhausen 3-pack that I got, and here we go. I watched this last night. Black and white film. I think it's from right around 1955 or so. The mid-50s, I believe. 57, it looks like it says. Somewhere in there. Mid-50s. And basically the story of this movie is there's these Italian fishermen, commercial fishermen, and they see this ship crash into the water, and they go investigate the ship and find 2 Americans on there, 1 dead, 1 not dead. They're both injured though. They bring him back to this hospital, and of course the only person in this town that is a doctor is a very good-looking young lady. And she's not quite a doctor, but she's like a year away from being a doctor. But she's the closest thing they have. And she tries to bring these guys back to life, and one of them lives and one of them doesn't. So that's how it starts. You know, later on in the movie, or I guess still in the beginning, a canister washes up on shore, just a big metal cylinder, and a young boy finds it and takes out the contents and sells them to another guy in a city who happens to be a traveling zoologist, which is really far-fetched in itself. But basically this guy's a zoologist that travels in a car with like a trailer he pulls by behind it, like a trailer home, you know, like a mobile home. And the zoologist buys it, and it hatches overnight. And this is what it turns into, this guy here. So he hatches, and he starts growing at hugely quick rates, and you know, of course, he starts to get a little out of line. Or really more, I thought, is the people. You know, he never really attacks anything unprovoked. But the people attack him, so he attacks back, you know. And, you know, the story goes is the Americans want to take him down alive because they want to study him. They got him from the planet Venus, and that's where that ship came from. They went to Venus, and they caught him there. And the Americans want to study him to see how he breathes and lives on Venus, because humans, we can't breathe the air or, you know, survive on Venus. And so the Americans want to take him alive, and the Italian government, I guess, wants to kill him. They end up catching him and paralyzing him, and of course that doesn't work out. And he wreaks havoc on everybody. And the story goes from there. I'm sure you can kind of figure it out. In the movie, I think the special effects are awesome. I mean, they're done really, really well. There's a couple of scenes where the monster attacks a guy, and I didn't even notice right away the guy was, well, I guess obviously he's clay when they do the fight scene, but it's hard to tell. It's just done really, really well. It's not choppy. It's very smooth. Great stuff. The acting in it is so at best. We also watched Earth vs. the Flying Saucers, which is also in this 3-pack. I thought the acting in that one was better than this one. The acting in this one was kind of, I didn't really like it. And, you know, aside from the main story of monster coming from Venus, the rest of the storyline's kind of cheesy. There's a little love story involved with it, and I just didn't like the storyline part of it. But the actual visuals of the movie are just great. It's another one that I can't imagine would ever look better in color than it did in black and white. I think black and white is the perfect format for this movie. It just gives it a feel that is awesome. It looks great. So 20 Million Miles to Earth. I would rate it, let's give it 6 skulls. I think it's worth watching. If you're into monster movies at all, it's definitely worth getting. If you're not into monster movies or you want something to take, real seriously, don't get it. I mean, I'm not saying the movie's a joke itself, but it's an old monster movie, and it is what it is. But I think it's really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'll give it 6 skulls, which means I'd recommend definitely buying it, definitely picking it up. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll have more DVD reviews, game pickups, and Monster Jam stuff soon.